What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, in today's video, I want to give you an update on what's happening with Sui because it does feel like his price is coiling and boiling and getting ready for a breakout, and I want to tell you what I'm looking for and what I'm expecting next. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Sui yourself on up to 50x leverage, you can use that BTCC link down below. Guys, don't forget, this is a ridiculous deal. They're going to give you a guaranteed 10% deposit bonus on all deposits above $500. Guys, you know what this means? It means if you deposit $3,000, they're going to, no questions asked, guaranteed, give you $300 back for you to use to trade. And say if you turn that $300 into $900 or $1,000, you can keep what you make. It's ridiculous. You can literally get free gains. That's ridiculous. Go check that out down below. I don't know how long they're going to allow me to have this deal, so go check it out down below. On top of that, you will get up to $10,000 in bonuses, and you are going to get an SVIP1 code, which gives you 40% lower trading fees. I have not seen a deal this good since 2021, so go check that out down below. Don't miss out on that. Now, looking at Sui, okay, let's get into what Sui's price is doing, because again, this bad boy is getting ready for a breakout in my opinion. Now, in what direction are we about to break out? That's the question. That I honestly don't know, but I'm going to at least show you what I'm seeing, okay? So what I'm seeing from Sui right now is that it is continuously doing good and good and good, right? We, of course, did see, just for a little bit of context, let's give a little bit of context, okay? So we saw Sui's price break towards the downside, and we talk about this every day, but again, context is good. We saw, of course, the swing high down to the swing low. Sui's price worked itself back up to the macro 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone, which is just a very important zone of resistance. We broke above that point of resistance, came back down, flipped that resistance into some support, used that support to continue to the upside. Once we did eventually clear this high right here, Sui's price then pushed up towards that next high around the 1.272 Fibonacci extension zone, which is right around $3.30. Once we hit this $3.30 level, I told you all that Sui's going to have a decision to make here. And as we start to decide whether or not we're going to push upwards to try to chase that 1.618 Fibonacci extension, or if we're going to come back towards the downside, I'll update you because obviously that's a massive thing. Now, that leads us into the modern day. What is happening right now with this decision that Sui is trying to make? Well, what I will actually go ahead and say is that Sui is showing me more bullish signs than I was expecting it to. You know, usually, just outside of bull markets like this, usually what happens is that a crypto will hit its 1.618 Fibonacci extension zone, and then it's going to pull back. It's just what happens. Like it's almost always in 2021 all the way up until now. This is all I've seen. They hit the 1.618, then they come back down and they try to find some support. They use that support, then they continue upwards. And to be honest, that was what I was expecting from Sui. I told you all that there was like a 35-40% chance that it didn't do that and it just continued upwards, quite simply because we're in a parabolic euphoric phase of the bull market. But at the end of the day, there is still a 60-65% chance that we did see it come to the downside. And as Sui's price did start to develop the structure here, which on the hourly charts you can see clearly is a head and shoulders pattern, I was like, oh shit, well, if Sui's price loses this $2.89 level roughly, do expect this bad boy to start pulling back. But you know what happened? The bull said, I don't give a shit. I'm not going down there. The bears, kiss my ass. We're going upwards. And from there, the bull stepped in, pushed this bad boy upwards, liquidated all these short traders right here, surpassed that previous high, and validated the inverse head and shoulders, and now we're freaking sitting good. Now we're in a spot to where, you know, we've set this new little higher high. If I do clear all of this off and I actually go down to the hourly charts, you can see what happened here. Watch this. So if we go in and we draw our Fibonacci's on this tiny little move on the hourlies, you can see how this played out. We went high to the low, we broke above the 618, we lost it. We had to create a double bottom. We used the double bottom to break the 618 again, back tested it. And look, this is what I mean. We hit the 1.618, we came back down and we found some support, and then we're trying to use that support to push higher. And so in the situation where Sui's in right now, it's actually invalidated a lot of the bearish structure that was happening there. You go to your 4-hour charts, we did see this bad boy get a nice reset, in which we have seen now bullish divergence forming here on the bottom side, and it is positioning itself to where now it could easily be more of a 50% chance that Sui's price tries to melt towards the upside. Because sometimes what will happen is that a crypto will do this, right? It'll go up, it'll start having some little chop like this, it'll reset, you'll see its indicators go from being overextended to the upside, they'll reset down towards this 50 or 40% threshold right here, and then use that to bounce back upwards, and it'll break out upwards. And so where I am with Sui now is I would actually say, although there is still a good chance that Sui's price does pull back and start trying to find some support, the odds and the likelihood of it being able to start melting upwards and chase maybe $4 are actually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so although there is no guarantee yet, because quite frankly, we just do not have any clarity whatsoever as to what's going to happen here, this is a good sign. And the fact that we completely invalidated the short-term head and shoulders right here just goes to tell me that Sui is still bullish, the bulls are still willing to step in, and they will whip on the bears at any given moment. And so it does further incentivize me, in my opinion, to continue my little tiny dollar cost averages that I'm doing anytime that we see these cool downs. During these cool down phases, I like to just buy a little bit more. Quite frankly, I'm not happy with the size of my Sui bag. I wish it was bigger. I wish I would have bought more, but hindsight's 2020. And so because of that, in these moments where we get a cool down like this, or a cool down like this, or a cool down like this, I do a little bit of dollar cost averaging. I'm aware of the risk. I know it might come back down here, and quite frankly, I don't really care. I'll just buy a little bit more if it comes down here. But I do want to continue to add to that bag because the bulls have shown their strength, and it's shown me that I think that Sui is going to be a top 10 crypto. So overall, what we're seeing developing right here, although it doesn't give us clarity quite yet of which direction we're likely going to go, it does go to show that the odds are leaning more and more in the favor of the bulls to be able to push this thing upwards, and I love to see that. So obviously a lot of tests to still go, a lot of a battle to make, and we very well still might see it come back towards $2.35. But even if that is the case, it doesn't really matter because, man, I think this is going to be a top 10 crypto. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And guys, if you do want even more information from me going forward, don't forget, I do have a private community down below that you can join for as little as $1 a month. $1 a month gets you access to the Discord where you can ask me questions and stuff like that. And then for $5 a month, you can get access to my thoughts and insights, daily fundamental analysis, daily technical analysis. I'm posting some crash courses for you beginners coming up over the next couple weeks here. So make sure that you do go check that out down below. And don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Sui yourself on up to 50x leverage, you can use that BTCC link down below and get a 10% deposit bonus, which again is ridiculous, by the way. Okay, so go check all that stuff out down below. Stay tuned. My game plan right now is every single freaking day to make a Sui video. So tune in tomorrow when we go over again what's happening, and I'll keep you all updated. My game plan for the day, I actually did post it over in the Discord. I'm trying to break a record on my channel right now in the amount of videos that I upload. So I'm going to talk about Sui, Solana, Pepe, Sheeb, Caspa, Doge, Ada, Jasmy, Render. I got a bunch of videos planned. So make sure that you do go check all those videos out. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you all in a few hours. Peace.